Hey guys, Magic Mike here. One last time in this series. I was going to end it on the last video, but there were a couple of things that I just had to touch on that I realized that I left out, and I just wanted to at least mention them to you. The first one is that normally what you'd want to think about is at the end of a funnel. So, you start your funnel with giving something free that's of value that the new person on your list will like, appreciate. Even if it's not exactly something they would have wanted, they'll recognize the value in it. Then we send them those series of good content emails. Finally, they get to something, a small ticket priced item that we're going to sell them. So something around that $7 mark. And that should happen in the 7 to 10 day period where you are then able to recoup most, all, or all of your money from the solo ad that they came from, and in some cases you're able to actually make a profit. However, that's not where it ends, of course. Most people would agree that after that, going with a higher priced, a higher end product is really the way to go. And what I would think about doing, and have had success in doing, is putting them in or recommending not just a high priced product, but down the road when you find something that is a monthly payment product. I am right now recently looking at a high-end product, $150 a month, a membership site. It is not mine, but I'm looking to get involved in it. And anyway, if it works out, if it's lucrative, if it is what I think it's going to be, certainly I'll at least pass on to everybody what it is, what I'm doing, and how I'm making it work, if I am making it work. But anyway, the idea is to then offer them a higher priced product. And some percentage of those on the list will buy. Now, again, having said that, I like to only recommend things that I like, that I believe in. I want to build value. I don't want to recommend products to the people on my list who say, what's wrong with this guy? Why would he be recommending this to me? So you do have to be careful, and you do have to know what products you're recommending. You want to feel good, you want to be ethical, you want to be helpful, but we also want to make money, so we do need to find those products that we like and feel good about. The final thing that I wanted to mention, and why I really wanted to do this video, is just quickly talk about list segmentation. And that is simply from the start, when you build a list, at the very least, make sure you separate your buyers list and your non-buyers list. Keep those separate. Your buyers list is going to purchase at a much higher rate. They're going to be much more responsive. Their open rates are going to be tremendously high. My buyers list, which you are on, is tremendously responsive. And it's because of who you are that they become responsive. If people realize that you are ethical, that you are trying to do a good job, that you're legitimately trying to answer questions and sometimes go above and beyond, the 1 or 2 sentence answer, that's what builds a responsive list, is that you really do have an interest in those people. But on the other side of that, there's going to be a big portion of the list that are non-buyers, and keep them separate. And the reason why you want to keep them separate, there's a number of reasons, but one is to be able to see the difference in response and purchase rates and all of that. The other is that typically down the road, if you decide to do ad swaps, you don't really want to do an ad swap with your buyers list. You don't want to get your buyers on a whole lot of other people's lists. At least, and they probably are on other people's lists, but you don't want to give them away to other people. What you'll want to swap with is your non-buyers list. And you'll be exponentially growing your list by swapping with other people. You'll be getting theirs, they'll be getting yours, your list will be growing. That's great, and then you'll have to spend the time to begin to develop that non-buyers list. But make sure there's some list segmentation there. Also, when you go with an autoresponder, really it's Aweber or GetResponse. I personally use GetResponse right now. They're easier to add people to a list. They're not quite so difficult with the double opt-in as Aweber is, especially if you join with an existing list already. Aweber can be, frankly, difficult to deal with, but both are good. The reason why you really want to go with one of those is because they get a lot of your emails inboxed. They're well-known. Emails coming from there are whitelisted in all of the big accounts, and so you're able to get a high rate of inboxing rather than going to the bulk mail and junk mail and having a lot of your emails get deleted. So, you can go with the free services. I recommend as soon as you have the money or as soon as you're able to ramp up to a GetResponse or Aweber, please do that. You'll get much better results. All right, I feel better. I got that out of my system. It was just something that if you didn't know a whole lot about solo ads and email marketing, again, these are just the very basics, but those were a couple of things that I just didn't feel right leaving out. So that's it. If you have questions, let me know. I'd be glad to help you any way I can. Thanks for watching.